And when team needs collide with a player's expectations, a game of dreams becomes a game of choices.
Let me see those hands again. Hell on out. Hell, everybody jump. Kick it. You know that I can do it with the back of my hand. Remember that? I want you to go. To the rhythm of the funky jam. DJ Cool and True, I am so. But I got a chance here. Let me clear my throat.
And legend, Mr. Ken Griffey Jr.
What's going on?
Himself. What's going on, man?
None.
So what questions do y'all have for the one, the only? We just got Griffey. He just sat down. He's right here. Like, I can pitch, I can touch him. He's right here. Is there a face mask? Yes, GOAT indeed. Where can you get that sweater? Can't sell it. Can't sell it. One thing we didn't know about Junior, Junior can game, son. Make no mistake. Junior is about that life.
Yes.
On MLB The Show, Call of Duty. Oh, toughest pitcher you ever faced?
Toughest pitcher. Pedro.
Pedro? I believe
that year, those 2 years that he was dominant, that wasn't fun.
It wasn't fun.
No. And I didn't have the 9-inning flu, so I couldn't. I hear all these people talk about days off.
Yeah,
nah.
It wasn't happening.
No.
Pedro, all right.
Yeah, I think I was 0 for 12 with 5 punch outs.
Okay.
And then when he got to the National League, I got him.
You got him?
Yeah, I ain't hit a home run, but my luck changed.
You got that over 12 was
Yeah.
over. All right. Who's your favorite teammates?
Favorite teammates? Jay Buhner.
Okay.
Edgar. Dan Wilson. Adam Dunn. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have guys that I didn't really.
You didn't really like?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I was fortunate enough to play with guys that weren't a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
We all hung out. The strike year, we played golf together. We were terrible, but that's besides the point. But we all wanted to hang out. I mean, that's part of being a baseball player, being part of sports is the organization usually weeds out the guys that don't get along with people. So,
what was the hardest pitch for you to hit? Weren't many of them, but the hardest pitch for you to hit?
the ball right down the middle.
Really?
Yeah, because think about this. If you look at a strike zone,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody, they got the 9 dots and squares and stuff like that. How many pitches do we see right down the middle? We'll see them on the edges. People trying to paint the corners and on both sides and things like that. But that ball that is thrown, 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, 4-seam right down the middle, it's tough to hit because we don't see it very many. I mean, we don't see it in batting practice, so it just makes it tough.
All right. What's your favorite visiting ballpark? What was your favorite visiting ballpark to play in?
Anytime the wind is blowing out.
A, all of the above with the wind blowing out.
Yeah, as long as the wind was blowing out, it's good.
What is your most favorite moment of your career?
I've got so many, but I'd have to say being able to play with my dad, being able to, share the same field with him and learn how to be a professional athlete in really 6 weeks. I mean, the 6 weeks that we got to spend together, learning and, I have a guy that looks like me, well, I look like him, and was able to go out there and play and watch and see what he did day in and day out.
All right. Yes, Ken Griffey Sr. is in the game. Most memorable home run?
Back to back.
Yeah, I knew the answer to that.
You've got, 3 guys over 700. You've got, 7 guys at 600.
Mm-hmm.
You only have 1 family who went back to back.
There it is. All right, here we go. Who taught you your swing? Actually, this is a better question. Tell them about how your swing changed.
Well, if you look at my rookie year, I was a little hunched over and things like that. And one day I stood up and I started hitting the ball about 40 feet further. I said, I might have to work on
You
this.
might have to.
And actually, I just stood up and started hitting the ball. And that's when, I went from like 16 home runs, 22 home runs, 20 to like 27 to 45. And it was just because I was able to use a little more leverage and drive the ball.
All right. Player you think is most like you in the game now?
Adam Jones.
And Adam's crushing it in the WBC.
Yeah, I mean, just, having fun, being a competitor day in and day out. I mean, but there are so many young guys that Bryce Harper, Trout, McCutcheon, Machado. I mean, all these guys are great ambassadors of the game today. And it's just fun to watch these guys go out, because they are, they fiery, they're competitors, they want to win. I mean, how about robbing your own teammate of a home run?
Yeah, and then he's like really? Like, not, you going to do it now?
But, and the respect that they had, the tip of the hat.
Tip of the hat, both ways?
Yeah, but I mean, it's great to see.
Did you have any superstitions in your playing days?
Well, we ain't got enough time for that. To tell you the truth, we ain't got enough time. Yes, I've traded in a car for not getting hit. So I drove the car, didn't get a hit, drove it again, didn't get a hit, drove it again, didn't get a hit. I had my best friend at the time, who passed away 8 years ago, drive from Florida to Cincinnati, hand me the keys to a different car, take my other car back to Florida, and then sell it. So yes, I am superstitious.
All right, here we go. What else?
No, but I'm not that superstitious that I didn't get my stuff clean. Everything had to be clean. I didn't
Everything had to
believe
be clean.
Everything had to be washed.
Clutch Silver says, "Love you, Griffey. You're my hero growing up."
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What are your other favorite sports to watch these days?
I watch everything. Having 3 kids, and 2 of them play football, taekwondo. Got friends who play golf, tennis. I mean, so I try to stay current. I mean, having kids, and friends who have kids, my Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays and Sundays is pretty much booked. We're at some sort of sporting event, and
Every weekend.
yeah, but it's fun. I mean, I have a friend of mine who has 2 girls. I have another friend of mine who has 3 girls. They're at volleyball and tennis, and women's and I'm like this, and I think I cheer more for them than I do my own kids. Because when it comes to my kids, I just sit there and not say that. Because when my kids do something, everybody looks at me, and I don't want people to go, "Oh, he's just cheering." But when I'm at other people's, I'm over there like this. I'm down the sideline like, "Let's go," because I feel like they're my kids, but I can't really cheer for my kids because they're mine. I try to let mine, be kids. I don't put any pressure on anybody's kids or my kids. That's the one thing is, I've been listening to the things going on with the basketball problem, and I just let my
Keep a kid's name out your mouth.
I just let my kids go out there and play. It is what it is. He has his own opinion of how he wants to raise his kids. I have mine. My dad. He's got 3 World Series rings. I have none. But my dad doesn't come home and throw it in my face. It was like, hey, it's a team sport. You're only as good as your team. You can throw out all the individual numbers, but it's a team sport. It's tough to see because I know how it is to have a little bit of a target on your back because, my dad was a professional athlete. But I look at the kids and, they've been playing unbelievable basketball. I mean, they're playing at a high level. It's fun to watch. But you just don't want to sit there and get those little added digs in there and have those kids take some unnecessary shots because I know what it feels like to take unnecessary shots.
Better feeling, robbing a home run or hitting one?
Robbing.
Robbing? Mm-hmm. Do you look at them when you get it? You try to find them?
No. I don't really say too much. What's funny is, you hear the stories that I talk and I'm laughing and joking. But during the game, I don't say anything other than what I have to say. I got it, you take it. If somebody asks me a question, every now and then the fans say something. I may say something funny back, but for the most part, I may say 50 words during the game.
Not much at all. All right, here we go. Looking for more good questions. How did it feel to hit 500 and 600?
500 was cool because, you know, Pops was there. Pops was there for both of them. But do it on Father's Day. It actually saved me a lot of money because everybody was ready to go. Paying for hotels for a family and then an extended family and another family can get real expensive.
Yeah.
And flights. Yeah. My dad just finally was like, look, man, can you just hit this so I can go?
So I can go home.
Yeah, because it's funny because, you know, it holds up everybody's lives. And, you know, it ain't like I ain't trying. Mm-hmm. But, you know, they want to do other things and hang out and do. And finally when I got it, they gave me a hug and, you know, it was pretty cool to have, you know, my son and my dad sitting next to each other. And you know, I could see the video that my dad, when I hit it, went just like that. And really, it was like, yes, I can go home. I can leave. I can get on with my life.
Oh, my goodness. All right, here we go. Here we go. Good story. They're loving your stories. Junior has the best stories. 8-0 USA. Thank you for the update.
You ain't lying. I just watched it. I just saw it.
Thank you for the update. Did you have a pregame meal?
No.
Just ate everything? Here's a question.
What's really crazy is I wouldn't eat after like 12:30.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to be full when I went out and played. Now, some days I'd be over there dizzy. Just kidding. But, you know, and have to chew a lot of, like, some gum to get my energy back up. But other than that, you know, I just didn't want to feel like I was, you know, in there bloated and anything else.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Same question we asked Anthony Rizzo at the beginning of the week.
No.
Right.
It's a hot dog.
It's a hot dog. All right.
You can't smash it like a sandwich.
Okay. We didn't think about that.
No, you can't
smash it.
And by the way, you can make a hot dog like Mom. You can't make a sandwich like Mom.
Out of your mouth and God's ears. You were correct.
Because we can make the same sandwich, but Mom make it and you make it. It seems like
it's the same ingredients.
Right.
But she just does something. It's like Mom got a little pocket of unicorn dust.
Yeah.
That nobody
a little
knows
love,
about.
just sprinkling on there.
Toughest picture to face. It was Pedro. That was one of the first questions that somebody asked. Any good stories with Tony Gwynn?
Tony's one man. You know, being that my dad played, I was able to see these guys day in and day out. You know, a lot of things that people take for granted, I didn't. Mm-hmm. You know, having, you know, Willie Stargell, you know, Hank Aaron when I was, you know, growing up, Dave Winfield, Ricky Henderson, Tony Gwynn, all these guys be able to spend time with Chili Davis. I mean, the list goes on. Kirby Puckett, Dale Murphy. I mean, these guys were at my house eating. I mean, you know, 40 years ago, we'll say 40 years ago, the money's not the same. Mm-hmm. And guys would come over, you know, because they had Saturday day game. They would come over and eat at guys' house. So it wouldn't be, you know, the Braves come over, be like 7, 8 guys eating at my parents' house. You know, the Pirates come in, you know, Bobby Bonilla, you know, Barry, and you know, all those guys coming eating at the house. Willie Stargell, eating at the house.
That's dope.
So, you know, so it's funny because, you know, I was like not intimidated because these guys is already at my house. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't feel like I had any added pressure because that was such and such. This is such and such. They've been in the same situation that I've been in. You know, as I tell young kids, the hardest part about Major League Baseball in sports is you got to get drafted or you got to sign as a free agent. Somebody's got to want you. Mm-hmm. Once you're in there, it ain't like I can go in there and show up at, you know, the local AA team and go, hey man, hey coach, I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
I'm ready to play.
Let me in. I got you.
Yeah, you got to have an organization that wants you, and a lot of kids put a lot of pressure once they get drafted of where they're drafted at. My dad was a 29th round draft choice, and he made it and played 19 years. You look at Mike Piazza, 62nd round as a favor, and now he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, once you get an opportunity, and that's the thing is, take advantage of your opportunities when they come about, and that doesn't, you know, that's life in general. Take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you to make you a better person.
Life lessons right here on the couch with Ken Griffey Jr. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and we're going to come back and continue streaming on Facebook Live. So go to our Facebook channel. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Great stories. We're gonna